interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Prophets of IT. Welcome back to the Prophets of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System, looking to generate new clients or new partners without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming. Be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com. I'm excited that I have Guy with me today as today's prophet. He has been on the CRN top 100 channel chiefs list for multiple years. He's a member of the Channel 50 organization and has been in the channel for over 20 years. Guy, please say hi to the audience and tell us a quick bit about yourself and Clear Data.
Yeah, Jim, I appreciate the chance to talk to you today. So Guy Cunningham, I've been in the channel for over 20 years, worked for a variety of companies ranging from Symantec and Veritas to technology resellers like Serious Computing Solutions, and worked for a couple of cybersecurity and managed services startups as well.
Cool. So what's something interesting about yourself outside of work?
Most interesting thing about me is probably my family. Been married for 26 years, and I've got twin daughters that are now juniors in college. And outside of that, outside of work, I'm actually a licensed pilot and a licensed certified captain, sailboat captain.
Wow, it sounds like those are fun activities. Being, I guess having twins, I've talk to people that have had them, and they have said that it's when you have twins, that's you raising a family efficiently. Would you agree with that?
That's very true. Yeah, you get to play man-to-man defense. If you have more than two, then you're playing zone defense. And they've got built-in friends from day one. So it definitely made it a lot easier on us, that's for sure.
Well, cool. So shifting back to business,
yeah.
I guess the question of the day is, what would you say is your superpower when it comes to business, or what do you do better than everybody else? And I guess what are the keys to that, and how can others learn from this to be more successful themselves?
Yeah, that's obviously a very big, broad question.
It is, and it could have multiple answers. And I know we only have like 10 minutes to talk about it, so not looking for the, a book, looking for definitely the abridged version.
Right, got it. So a little bit of context. So in the technology space, I've been in channel sales for the majority of my time there. Was a direct individual contributor, direct seller for probably 5 out of the 20 plus years that I've been in this. So my answer is going to be from the perspective of partnerships and alliances and selling through other organizations. But I would say that where I've been successful is in a couple of specific areas. The first is the team that you surround yourself with, and being an excellent coach, training up the kind of the generations behind you to make sure that they understand not only the specific tasks that they're responsible for, but the bigger concept or context behind that. So I try and train my people on as much of the business as possible, make them not just an expert in one particular area, but get them exposed to the relationship side of things with our partners, but also what we do from a technical perspective, and then the larger picture around what are we trying to accomplish as a company. How do we grow revenue? What's the impact to the business on each potential customer, and profitability, and just help them evaluate our partnerships in the context of what's best for the organization, and not just focusing on activity, but focusing on those specific activities that generate results and generate the most impactful results. And so that's a lot of one-on-one time with the team, figuring out where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, and help them skill up or get stronger in those areas that they're weak.
Any tips on, I guess maybe it's specific tactics around this?
So getting to know your team individually is really important, and you can't treat them as, as a unit. You got to figure out where each of them excel, where their strengths and their capabilities are. So I spend a lot of time just in conversation with them, getting to know them as people, and then challenging them in particular areas of their day-to-day tasks, and see where they pick it up easy and where they struggle, and then figuring out how to help them, introduce them to resources that will help them, take advantage of their skills while also improving the areas that they need to work on. So it's not a programmatic approach as much as a relationship-based approach.
So really, it's individualized approach to each. John and Tom need different things, and figuring out what that is or what each one needs specifically, and doing that by communicating with them.
Yeah, from a staff development perspective, that's how I approach it. It's, my teams are not large. I've got anywhere from half a dozen to a dozen people under my organization, depending upon the company that I've been with. We try to make us as efficient as possible. So, it doesn't have to be a systematized approach to making sure that everybody goes through all of the same checks and checks all the same boxes. So that's it from a kind of a staff development perspective, but from a larger kind of organizational perspective,
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I'm a salesperson, and sales is all about generating revenue. And so
Right.
part of that conversation with the team is focusing them on where are you going to make the most impact. There's the whole urgent and important matrix. I'm sure you've probably seen that, but things can be urgent or they can be important, and you want to focus your attention on those things that are urgent and important, not just those things that are urgent. In today's business environment, you can be busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no lack of opportunity to do something, to be busy. And so focusing your efforts in on those things that will generate the most results and need to be done today versus can be deferred or delegated to another time frame. That's a real skill set, right? Especially with a younger generation that is has grown up on social media and the ability to focus on a whole bunch of different things at once. Teaching them how to really focus in on the few important things is probably the hardest part of my job, because if you're a successful organization, you're going to have the opportunity to engage with a whole bunch of different organizations that are asking for your time. And you've got to really prioritize. And that's probably the one superpower that I would say is the ability to analyze a partnership opportunity or a customer opportunity and determine, is this something that has a high probability of success?
Any tips on
that's
doing
important.
that?
So from a customer perspective, I really like the high probability selling methodology, and that's a book that is no longer in print. But the real core tenets of that is a high probability prospect needs what you sell, wants what you sell, and can afford what you sell. And if all three of those don't match, then they're probably not a high probability prospect. They're going to chew up a lot of your time, and and the sales cycle is going to be much longer than either of you want. Many times people that either don't want it or can't afford it or don't need it, they're going to be kicking tires and just getting educated by you as opposed to actually pursuing a sale. And so being able to filter through that rapidly and to disqualify an opportunity is probably more important than going through a qualification process. So it's a little counterintuitive.
Got it.
And
Any
then
final thoughts around this?
The other angle that I really like to focus in on is just being creative and not kind of being bound by the status quo or existing rules of engagement, thinking creatively and thinking outside the box, taking advantage of opportunities that maybe on the surface don't seem like they're logical, but if there's a way to make them work, they can be big bets. I'll invest a significant portion of my time evaluating those opportunities to see if we can, make something happen that was unexpected.
Got it. So I guess we got a moment for our networking moment here. Anybody that in particular that should be reaching out to you, maybe a specific type of MS company in the channel, like MSPs in particularly, and why should they reach out to you?
Yeah, I appreciate that. So 𝐶lear is focused on healthcare in the public cloud. And so the unique thing about healthcare is that it's a highly regulated industry and it deals with very sensitive, protected health information data. And so any company that is selling into that space, if you're a software provider and your solution touches protected health information, your customers are going to need to know that the environment that application is running in meets the HIPAA compliance requirements or the high trust security certification requirements. And so what 𝐶lear does is we work with organizations to manage those cloud environments, that those solutions dealing with protected health information, so that they are meeting all of the compliance and security requirements. And we do that in a very cost-effective way. And so we can help other technology companies sell into healthcare and shorten their sales cycle and address the major customer concerns in that vertical.
Got it. And if somebody wanted to reach out to you, what would be a good way of getting in contact with you?
They can certainly reach out to me on LinkedIn, just Guy Cunningham at 𝐶lear. And then also my professional email is guy.cunningham@𝐶leardata.com.
We'll also have some information in the notes for people to check out if they would like to contact you. So
that'd be great.
Again, thank you for your time here today, Guy. It's been my pleasure having you on and gaining from your knowledge.
I appreciate it, James. It's been great talking to you.
And until next time on the Prophets of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thank you for tuning in to the Prophets of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.